Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the California Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona, 094-1504, Georgia 69178, Illinois 031.005-8339, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington, MLO 237926, Heidi Slade Points, California DBO 1666881.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done. When you're in need and don't know where to go, pick up the phone and call Mom.
Welcome to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and I've got Heidi Schlegel Points with me.
Hello.
And what are we doing here? Well, we're Mortgage Mom Radio. We talk about everything that has to do with getting your mortgage financed, your family, your future, everything. Planning, cash flow, you name it. How do you get into a house? How do you get it refinanced? What do you need to do? So we are Mortgage Mom Radio. That's what we do. You guys can give us a call anytime you'd like. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend For You. That is LEND and the number 4. So we want you guys to get those phone calls coming. We are live at 5. It is YouTube time.
It is.
And it's Wednesdays. So on Wednesdays, we are live on YouTube. And these are the days that we actually take the questions that are in the feed and we answer them live. So if you're listening to us at a later date on the radio or at a podcast, if you guys want to watch us, make sure that you guys go to our channel and watch us on Wednesdays at 5. And you guys can get us those questions. You're also welcome to call in and ask questions, and we'll actually get you fed right through the YouTube feed so that people can hear you online, hear your questions, and hear our answers. So we want to hear from you. We'd love for you guys to give us a call and to interact. If you have questions for us right now, go ahead and throw those into the feed. We'd love to answer those for you. And hi, Lori. Thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Anyway, so this is our Catching Up with Mom time. Yes, and so it's been a busy week.
It's been a crazy week.
Yes, I mean, at least since last Wednesday. So let's remember, we do these on Wednesdays. So our week really starts Thursday through today, right?
Right, yes.
And it's been crazy. So we bought the motorhome and we did go out. Yep, we took it out.
Let's tell everyone how that went.
Yeah, so it was trial and error. I was calling it the shakedown run, the shakeout run. Every time you have a brand new motorhome, there's always going to be things that either go wrong or user error.
Right.
And we had a fair amount of user error.
I'm sure.
From breaking the brand new bed that is up above the cab to not getting hot water because we just didn't turn on the right burner. So we had a fair amount of our issues that we dealt with. It was the first time that we brought Zeke out, and Zeke being autistic, he's definitely a challenge.
Right.
Even
what
at home,
was his favorite part?
Pushing every button that there was.
Right on.
Yes. But I got to tell you, what was so cute is as I was driving this big old beast of a motorhome down the road, the safest place really for him to be, there's no airbags in a big old motorhome.
Right.
So the safest place for him to be was in the captain's seat next to me. So it was me and Zeke cruising down the road, and he was so cute in his little car seat. Oh my goodness. Like just all strapped in. He was just loving it. He gets stimulation, autistic kids do, from things that kind of move fast past them.
Right.
So he was just loving all of the trucks go by.
Big windows.
The huge
he
window.
Could see everything.
Watching
and the
all
big truck drivers right
Yep,
next to him.
exactly. And let me just tell you how many stares and laughs that we got.
Oh, I already know how many stares you get, right? You're this itty bitty girl, okay? Woman.
Yeah.
But you're so tiny.
Yeah.
And, driving in a rig with you a couple times now.
Yes.
With you driving, and you look like a child driving this 40-foot rig, and you should see truck drivers' faces. It's amazing. It's part of the best part for me of going in a rig with you.
Yeah.
Is people have to double take, like, did some kid steal a rig?
Right? Well, and then you've got the little guy sitting next to me in his little car seat, and it was super cute.
I think you should get him a steering wheel.
I want to get him one, just like the Meet the Fockers, you know, when you watch the movie, and the little kid sitting there, and he's got the steering wheel. I definitely want to get him one of those. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
But he just absolutely loved it. It was the first time that we've done, an hour and a half trip in the car where he didn't end up getting car sick. He didn't, he wasn't screaming, wasn't yelling. He was definitely very entertained. So it was a lot of fun. We're going to actually take it out again this weekend because we we need to get it ready for Stagecoach.
Yes.
That is kind of the most important thing. The last thing you want to do is go on a long trip somewhere and something isn't working. I can only imagine if we can't take a hot shower while we're there, if our, black tanks, so our black tanks were filling up super fast,
Right.
super fast. And, I get it that we were in the park, we were on connections and, we had all the hoses and everything, but still the black tank was getting really full and the toilets flush like a lot of water. And I'm like, this is just not a normal RV. Well, then I realized that we didn't have the regulator hooked up to the hose. Then we hooked up the regulator wrong, so then there wasn't really enough water and the toilets weren't flushing right.
Oh, no.
So we need to definitely get this under control before we head out to Stagecoach
Yeah.
so that we're not filling up our black tank too fast because
Yes.
that would really stink.
Yes.
And we need to be able to shower with
Literally.
hot water. I did find, though, that the dishwasher only actually uses 2.4 gallons of water.
Oh, that's good.
So I think that that's something we can definitely use while we're dry camping.
Yes.
But we can't use the washer and dryer. So
No.
yeah.
No, probably not while we're dry camping.
No, no. It said that it's going to dump too much water into the gray tank, so
Right.
we won't get to do laundry, but that's okay.
I don't think we need it out there.
No,
I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that was interesting. So we're going to take it out again this weekend. Then there's going to be a couple of weekends, obviously, that we can't because we've got other things going on.
Right.
And then
I'll
we're-
take it out for you.
There
Don't
you
worry.
go. There you go. And then we're going to take it out again after that, maybe one or two more times before Stagecoach.
Nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Fun.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a good time. I could see we've got Whiskey Walrus on. Hi, Nick. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. I hope you're out there looking for a home. We got him all pre-approved this week.
Nice.
And he's working with a real estate agent to go see what he can find. And we've got Dad. Dad dropped in. Finally figured it out. Hi, ladies.
Hi, Dad.
Yeah, so again, if you guys are listening and it's Saturday morning on Go Country 105, please make sure that you guys check us out. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube so that you know when we do go live, and make sure that you guys watch us because you can see us in action. You can watch us do the show, ask us all of the questions that you have, anything at all mortgage related, credit, your taxes. We've had the tax grandma on, anything at all. You want to talk about refinancing, anything. We're here to give you those answers. Now, you had a big subject last week that we didn't get to.
I did.
And
I
you
did.
really wanted to talk about income.
Yes, we have a lot of questions about income,
Yeah.
right? And a lot of concerns from our clients like, but I make this much money. How come you're looking at my income this way? So I just thought that maybe we should talk a little bit about how we come up with the income.
Right. How do we qualify?
How do
What
we
is an
qualify
underwriter
you?
looking for?
Right. And it's really not how we look at it, but how an underwriter looks at it, how you get qualified, and what we can't use. So I think it's important that we look at that and kind of give some insight into it because a lot of people are kind of doing their own calculations. They're not coming to us first and getting
Right.
pre-qualified. Then they find this house they love, they talk to the realtor, and the realtor says, great, go get pre-qualified.
Go get pre-qualified. Mm-hmm. And then they find out they
And
don't
then they
qualify.
get a little disappointed, right?
Right.
When we look at it and, I ask a million questions. They normally get that email from me that says, what about this? Or how come this happened? Or how come that happened? They're like, none of that happened.
Right. Right.
And when push comes to shove, that's how it appears. And that's what matters, right? How you filed with the IRS or what your W-2s look like, or you just started getting bonus and you never did before. And so I would like to go into that.
Yeah. All right.
today.
Well, that sounds like a good one. The other thing I want to talk about are 30-day rate locks. Your interest rate is locked for 30 days when we lock your rate in. So I do want to talk about the 30-day rate lock, what happens if you exceed your 30 days, and how important is it, basically the speed of everything. So that is another topic that I do want to get into in a little bit here,
Yeah.
and we'll talk about that as well. So we're going to have a really great show. We want you guys to stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. If you've got questions for us, again, throw them into the feed. We're going to read them out loud. We'll answer those for you. You want to give us a call, it's 844-935-3634. If you give us a call over the weekend, no problem whatsoever. It's perfect. We've actually got the call center and my assistant Chris answering the phones, and they will get you set up for an appointment with me one-on-one on my calendar right over the phone. So you can schedule your appointment out to talk to me, whether that's for your first home purchase, you want to have a consultation on that. You want to talk about a refinance, consolidating your debts. What would that look like? Maybe you don't need to consolidate debts, but you want to know if you could possibly get rid of mortgage insurance.
Yep.
Another one would be, just dropping that interest rate. We've got streamlined refinances for FHAs and VAs. we have all kinds of things. So if your situation, you feel like it would be good to just have that consultation with me, call the office right now. We'll get you put on the books to talk with me one-on-one. If you're watching us during YouTube, you want to ask those questions, go ahead and do that. That's fantastic. So one more thing that I want to say before we go to a quick break is I'm going to ask Go Country if we can get some tickets to Stagecoach to raffle off.
Yeah, we did it last year.
We did it last year, and I'm about 99% sure that they'll do it for me. And the way that that's going to work is that if we can get you guys to subscribe to the channel and watch us on Wednesdays live while we do the YouTube video, then we will actually we will pick a winner during one of our shows. And so we'll probably do that, I would say, what are we in? We're in February, right?
Yeah.
So we'll probably do that about middle of March.
Yes.
So make sure you guys go to YouTube, type in Mortgage Mom Radio, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications so that you know when we're live, and make sure that you're set. And in a future show, we will actually tell you what to do. We'll probably have you write your name into the feed, and then we will actually select one person watching to win those Stagecoach tickets.
Maybe have them ask a good question.
Yeah, absolutely. Or whoever's
Or
got
a
the best
funny
question that day.
question.
Yeah, exactly. Or
Yeah.
a comment.
Yep, anything. Yeah,
Anything.
something
So,
fun.
Yes, absolutely. So we're going to give those away. So you guys start getting ready for that. Make sure you've got it all tuned in, you've subscribed, and you guys have turned on your notifications. So we're going to take a quick break.
I think
Yeah?
before we do that,
Okay.
what else do we do on Wednesdays?
I don't know.
What did we do this morning?
Oh, we weighed in.
We weighed in.
That's right.
So
I didn't know where you were going.
I mean, I'm bringing this up. I was not as successful again as Debbie, but
Uh-huh.
Debbie was down by,
I was down by another 2 pounds.
yes.
So I'm 10 total.
You're 10 total.
I'm 10 total.
Okay.
Yeah.
I-
You're about the same, no?
No.
Okay.
I wish. I am not quite there, but I was down by 2 pounds, so I think I'm now like 7 total.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Because I was up last week, remember? So I'm just now getting back down to where I should be.
Yeah.
So I think I'm about 7 total, but
Okay.
we're getting there.
Yeah, it's not helping that we've got our wine glasses in front of us.
You know, it's been a long week.
Yeah.
So I did cheat. It's my fault. I brought the wine.
Yes, you did. You did today, and we poured
I-
it, but I've actually been really good. Camping was really hard. I got to say that. Camping was very hard.
Yeah.
And I forgot all of my food. I mean, it was just
Right.
one of those things. So I was really worried to actually get on the scale today,
Right.
and I did good. Like,
Well,
it
you
was-
obviously portioned.
I
though.
did. I did.
Even
I was
though
very
you
good
didn't
about
eat the
it.
right food, you portioned.
I did.
So I forgot my food.
Yes.
Also, so I did not eat the right food, but I was very careful with my portions.
Yeah, very
So
good.
it
All
was
right, well,
okay.
so we do have one question. Let's answer it really quick, and then
Yeah.
we'll go to break, huh? Okay, so Lori says, what are refi rates these days? And if I am in Arizona, does that matter? So number one, you're in Arizona. I am licensed in Arizona, so I can definitely help you with your refinance. So whoever does help you with a loan has to be licensed in your state. So I am licensed in Arizona. And yes, your refi. I can help you with your refi. What are rates for refinance? Well, that's actually really hard because every single interest rate that we quote is based on you personally. So your credit score, the amount of equity you have in your home, the type of property that you have, the county that you live in. There's a lot of things that go into what is your interest rate. But it's definitely something that I can talk to you about. On average, interest rates right now have been below 4. So we've been in the high 3s. Some of the loans, depending on your loan size, do go a little bit over 4. I have seen, as high as 4.5% if we're doing cash out in a higher loan amount like 600,000, little bit lower credit score, maybe just under 700. So everybody is a little bit different, but most loans right now, a lot of the conforming loans, not pulling cash out, credit score above 700, and your loan amount, under that, what's that, 510, 400. So if your loan is under 510, 400, then I've seen most of those rates anywhere from 3.5 to 3.875, just depending on you. So they're very, very good right now.
Yeah, they're fantastic rates right now. So again, we always say it's not cookie cutter.
No.
The rates are not the same for everybody. Everybody's loan is individual. So you really have to put all of your information into our system and see what the rate is for you, because it is different just based on so many different points and data points in our system that it's hard to quote a rate.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
That's really where we're finding them right now.
No, they are.
So-
Yeah, they're very, very good. So Lori and everybody else out there listening that's, watching the show or listening on Go Country, just call my office. It's 844-935-3634. That's 844 We Lend for You, LEND, and the number 4. Get on my calendar for a refi consultation, and I'm going to go through all of the different points and pieces with you about your loan and then tell you what you'd be looking at for an interest rate. So it's really that easy.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, cool. So we ready to take a break?
Yeah,
All
I
right,
think
we're going to
so.
take a very quick break, and we'll be right back.
Do you own your home? Have you considered what could happen to your home if something happened to you and your family had to go through the dreaded probate process? Hello, I am the estate planning mom, and my name is Krista Hermance. I am an estate planning attorney at Hermance Law. If you own your home and something happened to you, depending on how title is held, your family may have to go through probate court. Probate in California can take an average of 12 months to 2 years to complete. It is very expensive and public. A will, while it states how you want your stuff distributed, doesn't actually avoid probate. It just guarantees it. If you want to avoid probate, a trust might be your best option, and we can help you figure that out. We have offices in Ventura, Westlake Village, Santa Clarita, and work with clients virtually throughout California. For information, text WILL to 474747. Again, text WILL to 474747.
This attorney advertising is intended for general information only and not intended to be legal advice, nor does it create an attorney-client relationship. Attorneys at Hermance Law are licensed to practice law in California only. You should seek advice from a legal professional licensed in your state. Hermance Law is located in Ventura, California, and can be reached at 805-518-9633.
All right, well, welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and I've got Heidi with me. As always, Heidi's always here. If I didn't have Heidi, I don't know what I'd do with myself. She's been working at home this week, and so it's been a little challenging. And I say week, it's only Tuesday and Wednesday since we
Right.
were closed on Monday. But
been
even
2 days.
2 days, it's been challenging. I mean, I worked out yesterday morning by myself.
And I didn't work out.
I did it. I came in and I said, and I almost didn't. I almost sat down and just started working like a normal day. Like I'm just going to get it done. And then I was like, no, I have to do this. I have to.
So I was going to do it.
Yeah.
And then I realized my mats are here.
Yes.
And I have tile floors.
Oh yeah, that's not going to work.
So I thought, how am I going to do this? Because it's going to be really painful. Our weights are here. Everything's here. And I thought,
Yeah.
even working from home, maybe I need to drive in.
Right. Just to do the
Just
workout.
to do the workout.
And then drive back
and
home.
then
Yeah.
drive back home.
Oh, well,
So
you might have to do
I
that
might
tomorrow.
have to do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because I need my workout.
Right. All right. Well, on to mortgage. So again, anybody listening wants to give us a call, please feel free to do so. It's 844-935-3634. We'll get you on the calendar to talk to me, one-on-one consultation about anything you want to talk about, whether that's a purchase or refinance, cash out, or just lowering your interest rate, drop that mortgage insurance, tons of stuff we can do.
Or
But-
advice on how to use motorhome.
Or advice on how to, well, actually, I might need them calling me
That's
with
what I'm
the
saying.
advice.
They can call.
Totally. But if you guys are watching us, you want to put some questions in the feed, please feel free to do so. So one of the things that I said I wanted to get into, and I think it's a lot easier topic, so we'll crush that one first,
Yeah.
is the 30-day rate lock. So I really do want to talk to you guys about that. When you lock in your interest rate, so you call me on the phone, you get a rate quote, you're super stoked about it. One thing I want you guys to understand is that I cannot lock in an interest rate unless I have a complete loan application. I need to have pulled your credit, reviewed your income, know what your debt ratios are. All of that feeds into being able to lock in the interest rate. So I could quote you a rate today, but if you don't get your application done for a week, rates change every day. Sometimes rates change daily. And there's no, I mean,
Right,
a couple
throughout the
times
day.
throughout the day.
Right.
And there's no way for us to know whether that's going to happen or not happen. Everything is truly triggered by the market and whether, stocks are on fire and some kind of information came out that's just making all of the investors pull money out of the mortgage-backed security market and put it into the stock market or vice versa. So there's really no way for us to know when we're going to get a worsening rate sheet or an improving rate sheet.
Right.
We can watch it, and we do. I've got everything that, on my phone, that I get all of the alerts and notifications, and I get an hourly text message telling me where the market is. So I usually have a pretty good idea of when that's going to happen. But if I talk to you on the phone, we did a consultation, I quoted you an interest rate, and you tell me that you're going to apply, there's no way for me to hurry up and call you and say, you better get that app in because we've got 10 minutes. I don't know when that's going to happen.
Right.
So it's something that you do have to keep that in mind. The other thing is that we have to make sure that if we do lock your rate, there have been circumstances where people will promise me, I'm getting the application, I'll get it done in 3 minutes. Okay, fantastic. And it really only takes like 5 minutes to do your application on my website. That's really it. But they're promising me, I'm going to get the application to you in 3 minutes. And I say, okay, not a problem. As soon as it comes in, I'm going to download it in the system. I'm going to run credit, and I'll go ahead and get you locked in. But you have to get me all of your paperwork this evening so that when I come in tomorrow morning, I can finish your loan. And then they don't do it. And what happens is that we're burning daylight. Daylight is gone. It's burning. Your 30 days is going. You've got to remember we've got 3 or 4 weekends in there from the time that we lock you in, that there's nothing that can be done on the weekend. Mortgage is truly like a bank. We're closed on the bank holidays. We're closed on the weekends. Nobody's working. We're getting nothing done on the weekend other than taking phone calls every now and then.
Right.
But we're not really getting anything done, as far as getting the loan moved through the process, getting the appraisal ordered, all of those things that have to happen throughout your process. So we need you to understand that timing is key. I can lock your rate for 45 days. I can lock it for 60. I can lock it for 90. If you're buying a new build, I can do extended rate locks up to 1 year. But you have to remember that the best pricing is on the shortest term rate lock. So when I quote you a rate, I'm going to quote you a 30-day rate. Can we get a loan done in 30 days? Absolutely. I can get a purchase done in 14 days like snap. I can get a refinance done right under 30. It's probably about 27, 28 days. Yep. But if I ask you for paperwork and you don't send it back to me for 3, 4, 5 a week, 2 weeks, and we've had it, we're going to run out of time. And then what happens?
Then you have an extension fee.
An extension fee. And extension fees are expensive. And people say, well, the rates got better, so my rate lock expired, so let's just take the better rate. Well, it doesn't work that way.
No.
And that's why I wanted to do this piece, because how does that work? Why is it different? Okay. So if you're locked into a rate, and basically what we've done is we've taken that money for your loan amount, whether it's $100,000 or $1 million or $2 million. We've taken your money and we've put it to the side. The investor has put that money to the side at that day's buy.
And they've guaranteed you that rate.
Right. So then what happens is then your 30 days comes up and we need to extend that rate lock if we want to keep your file moving forward and get you closed.
Right.
If we let that rate lock expire, then we have to wait 30 days before we can relock the loan, because you have to remember the investor that put the money to the side for you is actually losing money because you did not execute on that rate lock. So they're going to either make us extend or they're going to have us cancel and wait 30 days. Yep. So you want to make sure that when we lock in the rate that you are as quickly as possible, just like you guys expect speed out of me, I expect speed out of you. As fast as you can go to get me all of the documents that I ask you for, the better. So just please make sure that when you're, talking about rates, number one, understand we can't lock you in when I quote it to you unless you've done your application in advance. And number two, the faster that you go, the better that the rate lock is going to be, and you're not going to have those fees to extend after the fact.
Yeah, and I will add something, because 9 times out of 10, you're going to get a list from me.
Yes.
The list is very detailed. I am not asking you for anything we don't need. And I am asking you for what we need up front so that when you send it to me, once an underwriter has reviewed it, there is minimal items, sometimes 0 items that we need from you. But generally it's what?
1 or 2.
1 or 2 items.
Yeah.
The reason I ask for you up front is so that we give you a true credit approval, and you yourself are almost done with the process. We don't want to come back to you and ask you for 20 items. Now, when I send you your first list, when I get that back, I am going to go through everything. And if anything triggers something new that we maybe didn't have a conversation with you about, Debbie didn't, I may have more items for you. But it's all to make sure that when you get an approval for your loan, it's an approval.
Yeah.
It is not an approval with a maybe, what if, or depending on.
Right, exactly. Well, and let's talk about, that process. So I've had a lot of clients that have gotten very, very frustrated.
Yes.
Because we ask for so many documents up front. And the one thing that I can tell you is that anything that we ask you for, any other lender doing your loan is going to have to ask you for as well. But what I can tell you is that it is a lot less frustrating for you to provide those documents at the very beginning of the loan, knowing that it's something that you do have to give us, than to have to get it 20 days into the loan.
Right.
So-
when you think you're done, when you think you're approved.
When you think you're already there. I mean, your loan's already been approved, right? Cool. I'm just flowing now. I'm gonna close soon. That's the majority, and I'm gonna say the majority in this business do not work the way that Heidi and I do. They take the bare minimum from you, W-2s, pay stubs, whatever that they need, your driver's license and maybe your mortgage statement if it's a refinance, and they submit it to underwriting. And then the approval comes out with a list that is 30 long, 30 different items long. We're not going to do that, because what happens is you get those 30 items to your loan officer. Your loan officer sends them in and says, great, you gave me everything that I needed, you're done. And it goes into the underwriter, and the next thing you know, the underwriter sees something in those 30 documents that sparks another question. And another question, and another question. Before you know it, you're 30 days, you're 40 days, you're 45, you're 60 days in, and you haven't closed, and you're frustrated. So the one thing that I can tell you is that between me and Heidi, we are going to actually get everything up front. And then we're going to review everything we asked you for. And if it's not clear, it's blurry, we're going to ask you for it again so that it uploads well into the system, and that's not something that comes out of underwriting. Get us a clearer copy. That happens all the time.
Yep.
If we see large deposits on your bank statement that we can't explain, we're going to ask you, what was this from? Okay, great. Get us a copy of that deposit. So if it was a cash deposit or a large deposit, maybe you sold a car and all of a sudden somebody paid you a big check, but it's not part of your payroll or your normal income.
Right.
So there's going to be a lot of things that we are going to ask you for up front, and as fast as you can possibly go to get us back those answers, the better chances that you have in closing your loan very, very quickly, 21 days, 30 days. If you stall, if you fight us, if you kick and you moan, you're not going to get anywhere, because we can send your loan to underwriting, but they're just going to still ask you for those same things. So whatever we ask you for, get it to us.
And if you have questions, ask us. Instead of not sending it, just say, hey, I'm not really understanding what this is. Or
Why do you need this?
Why do you need it? Or I don't know how to get this. We are happy to help you to find the right resource to get the document that we need. A lot of times, right, I don't know where I put certain things. I'll be honest, I have no idea where my house insurance is. I know
But how would you get it?
I would just call my insurance agent
Exactly.
and say,
Yeah.
I need a copy of my policy. Now, I get it. I mean, I think they send it to me quarterly or, semi-annual, but I don't know where I put it.
You don't know which drawer it's in?
It's somewhere. It's filed. I filed it where I wouldn't forget where I filed it.
Yeah. There's a very good chance that if you don't know how to get something, that we can actually tell you where to go to get it. And that doesn't mean we're going to tell you which drawer in your house to go find it in.
No.
But we could tell you how to get another copy of it, because we do this all the time over and over. So just ask. Or
Right.
if you're not quite sure why are we asking for that, have the conversation with us. There have been times that we've asked for things because we didn't understand what you had going on. And then once you explain to us what's happening, then we go, oh, okay.
And sometimes we don't need it.
Right.
I do try and put notes next to things I ask for that I believe will be a question. So try and just take a minute, read through the list, and see what I'm asking for. If you feel like you've already sent it, generally there's a note next to it.
Right. Absolutely.
So, but it is important to close on time and to make it as seamless as possible. Getting a mortgage is not seamless. It is
It's not.
stressful,
Yeah.
and it is a lot of paperwork. So we do try and make it as seamless as possible by
And with the
getting
least amount of stress.
With the
Yeah.
least amount of stress
Yeah.
by getting everything up front to get you closed on time. So there are no additional unnecessary fees.
Yeah. Well, and think about if you're buying a home, right? So with a refinance, okay, it stretches out 45 days, it stretches out 60 days. And trust me, those are the horror stories that we hear on the daily.
Yeah.
Doesn't happen with our office, but it does happen. So, think about a purchase. You were supposed to close out loan in 30 days. You were supposed to remove contingencies in 17 days or 21 days based on your purchase contract. Well, a lot of times, again, you get that loan officer that just gets the bare minimum, sends it in, gets you a loan approval. You have a commitment letter in your hand and you remove your contingencies. But there's 30 items being asked for. Well, what if one of those 30 items sparks a problem? You've now removed your contingencies, which means that you've removed your ability to cancel the escrow and get your deposit back.
Right.
So it is something that is very important. Again, we're trying to take the stress off of you by asking you for everything we possibly can in advance and making sure that, you know, the loan does go as smooth as possible. So just keep your 30-day rate lock in mind. Know that as hard as we work for you, you need to work just as hard. It is a two-way street. We need you to be in communication with us, and you need to be communicating. One of the things too that comes up quite frequently is that we'll start the loan, we send out the disclosures. A lot of people will then kind of panic a little bit. They get the disclosures and maybe they don't understand the closing costs, or they don't understand the fees, or maybe they think that they heard an advertisement that the interest rate was higher. Just call us and let us talk to you. A lot of those closing costs that people don't understand are their taxes, their insurance, everything that goes into you as a homeowner that you have recurring, or you going to be a new homeowner for a purchase that will start to be recurring. Your taxes and your insurance are not a closing cost, but we do have to make sure that that's part of the actual fees that we collect, so that when those bills are due, the bank can pay them for you. So those are not technically an actual fee, but a lot of people see those and they freak out and they panic and they don't know what they're for. Call us and talk to us. You've got money sitting in an escrow account already if you're doing a refinance that you're going to get refunded to you from your old loan once we pay them off. You are going to have to come up with that money up front for a purchase because you've got to establish those brand new accounts. So again, just make sure you're working with us. It's a two-way street. Somebody quotes you something cheaper, get an estimate and send it over. You've already done the app. You've already talked to us. We've already got you started. The last thing we want to do is lose your loan. And we're going to take a look at that. And I got to tell you, 9 times out of 10, the better interest rate that you're being quoted comes at a cost. And that has happened over and over and over again just since the beginning of the year. Points that these banks are charging, and you're calling, you're saying, what's the rate? And they're saying, I can get you 3.375, and I'm quoting you 3.875. And you're like, oh, I'm going to get a way better deal over there. The clients that call me and talk to me and send me that estimate that they got from that other lender, I go through it with them and I show them mine to theirs. And if they have a computer, they can pull up both at the same time, or even on their phones, they can pull them up both at the same time. And I can show them the exact line item that they're charging the money to get them the lower rate, which a lot of consumers don't understand.
Right.
So
they haven't really gone over it line by line with the other lender. All they heard was lower rate.
That's it.
Well, a lot of times, I
and
mean,
lower payment, but they don't understand they're paying for it.
We can offer the same thing.
Sure, absolutely.
Right? We can offer the lower rate if you want to buy it down. So that's really what the other lender is offering them, is buying the rate down. So it's very important that you are comparing. But they don't
talk to them about it. They
just
do it.
They just do it.
Right.
And that's really not the way to do it, but they do. And we see it all the time. I don't understand why they can offer me this and you're offering me that. And when we get it, we're like, well, this is going to cost you $7,000 or $15,000, depending on your loan amount. We can probably even beat that rate.
Right. Well, and most of the time
less.
I can. For the same rate that they wanted, I can typically do it for less expensive in points or fees. So, again, just communicate with us. As be fast. Work hard. We're going to all work hard together. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done with the least amount of stress possible. And at the end of the day, you're going to be super happy campers.
And the fact is, if we can't and they have a phenomenal rate and
we're
the
going to say
cost
go.
is right, we're going to tell you to sign, go.
Yep, absolutely.
And, still call us if you have questions. But go.
Go get it. Go get it. That is the best deal in town. I can't even touch it.
Yeah.
You'd be silly not to do it. So
exactly.
Definitely what we do. All right. So how do you get a hold of us? Give us a call right now. It's 844-935-3634. If you have any questions about what we're talking about, throw them up in the feed. If you're watching us live on YouTube, Wednesdays at 5. How do you know if we're live? Well, subscribe to the channel on YouTube and click on the notification button so that you know when we go live. If you want to call right now, you want to get on my schedule and you're not listening to us or watching us live on YouTube, just go ahead and give us a call at 844-935-3634. That's 844-WE-LEND 4U. That is the number 4. And we'll get you on my schedule for a phone consultation to talk to you about your loan. If you're in escrow right now for a refinance or a purchase, it is not too late to give us a call. Send us over your estimate and let us take a look at it. If we can do a better deal, we're going to tell you we can do a better deal. If you've got a great deal already, we're going to say stick with what you got. You're in good shape. Move forward and close it. So definitely get on my calendar. Talk to me. Not a big deal. We do have a question. You want to read it?
Yeah.
All right. So we got a question
So
came in
this
from
is
Hector.
From Hector. My wife and I are looking to buy a home in the area of Whittier, California. This may be a dumb question. By the way, Hector, no dumb questions.
None.
But what's the first step I should be doing? I'm a service-connected veteran. Thank you so much for your service. Only 90% connected.
So
Okay.
that's okay. That's actually perfect.
That's fine.
Yeah,
That's great.
That's fantastic.
That's great.
So VA loans are amazing. We've talked about them before. And if you want to know more about VA loans, I actually have on right here on YouTube, I have a home buyer workshop that says FHA and VA. So it specifically talks about those two categories. They're more government programs.
Right.
And you can learn all about the VA loans. But VA loans are fantastic. When you are 90% connected, you have no funding fee. So you're going to get a little bit lower in closing costs than a veteran that is not that has no disability at all.
Right.
And the credit scores are actually very lenient on credit scores, so that's not a problem. Your down payment is 0 down, so that's actually fantastic. Closing costs can be paid for by the seller, which is even better.
And we find more often with a VA loan that the sellers are more willing to cover at least a portion of the closing costs.
Yes.
Do you find the same?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I find that the seasoned realtors
Yes.
with vets are able to get those closing costs covered.
They are. So I mean, you could actually get into your home for 0 down.
Yeah.
Another thing that a lot of people don't know that part of the guidelines is that you can get a seller credit to help you pay off debt, which a lot of people don't know.
I didn't know that.
Well, there you go. See, you're learning
I
something
learned
every
something
day.
new.
That's why I'm the mortgage mom.
Right?
So if you have, let's say, for example, we're qualifying you and we're going to be able to get you to a higher sales price if you pay off your $1,700 Amazon Synchrony Bank.
When did you
credit
learn
card.
that?
It's been a while. Yeah, I probably
Keeping
learned
things from me.
I know. That one's probably and honestly, it's something that there was one time, and it was probably back in 2014. So it's been quite some time. But there was one time that we had too big of a credit from the seller, and we needed to do something
you
with the
applied it
difference, and we applied it
towards
to
paying off
paying
debt.
down debt. So
Brilliant.
we can actually use some of that seller credit to pay down some debt to help you qualify.
Sorry,
for a little bit
Hector,
more.
I got squirreled there.
Squirrel's good.
Squirrel.
It's great. But, all you got to do, Hector, honestly, is call the office. You can call us right now. And my assistant, Chris, is answering the phones. He'll get you on my calendar for a phone consultation. We're just going to talk about you, your credit score, your monthly debts. How much do you make? What do you do for a living? Are you hourly? Are you salary? Do you work overtime? Do you have 1 job, 2 jobs? We're going to go through all of that with you to determine what is that sales price that you will qualify for. And then we're going to get you hooked up with a really great realtor. And trust me, if you're going to use your VA, you want to work with a seasoned realtor who knows VA. The appraisal guidelines are a little bit different for a VA than they are for a conventional. The closing costs are a little bit different. Termite has to be done, so you want to get the seller to pay for that. And obviously, we've got those amazing real estate agents up our sleeves.
Right. So I'm going to answer the question a little more direct.
Sure, go.
All right, Hector, give us a call. Let's get you pre-approved, credit pre-approved, and set you up with an amazing realtor so you know what you can shop for, you can find your perfect home, and you will be set and on your way. So Debbie's going to give you that number again because I am awful at phone numbers.
All right, it's 844-935-3634. That's 844-WE-LEND-4U. That is LEND and the number 4. So I have one more tip for Hector.
All right.
All right, so if you want to know what monthly payments would be, so let's say that you're searching around a little bit on YouTube or not YouTube, I'm sorry. I'm on YouTube right now. Zillow and Redfin, Realtor.com. You're just looking at, what houses are out there in the neighborhood where you want to buy, and you see a home and it's $500,000 or whatever that number might be, and you want to know what does that payment look like. Download my phone app. Seriously, the phone app is amazing. You can run it for VA, FHA, conventional, USDA, so you can pick the loan program. So for you, you would pick VA. You're going to put in the sales price. When it comes to property taxes, if you're here in California, on average, you're going to want to use 1.25%. So it will ask you that question. If you're looking at a single family home, on average, homeowners insurance is going to be about $1,200 a year. So put that number in there. If you're looking at condos or townhomes, it's going to be about $500 a year. But you can actually run those payments. There's an affordability calculator. It's really pretty cool. So how do you get the phone app? Well, I'm not on the App Store yet because I'm not that cool. I'm going to work on it. I'm definitely working on it. That's my next venture, but I'm not that cool yet. So how do you get my phone app? So just text the word mom to 36260. That's 36260 is the number. Type mom into the actual message and you will get a link. Click on the link, save it to your phone, to your home screen, and you can do all kinds of things. You can contact us. You can send me an email. You can call us. You can watch all of our YouTube videos that we have on YouTube right now. Anything that you need to do, you can do on that phone app. So it's really a great thing.
It's great. And because most of us looking for homes, when we look for them, we are set in a price range, right? And our price range generally isn't the purchase price. It's the actual payment price, right?
It is. It's all about the payment.
Until you don't want to get your hopes up, even if, right, I know when I bought my first condo, it was about what I could afford, and banks may have said I could afford more.
Oh, banks are going to always tell you can afford more, but it's about your comfortable payment.
It's about your comfortable payment. So Deb is right. Go on, run your payments, see what you're looking at, because even, before you know what you qualify for, you want to make sure you're comfortable with the payment you're looking for. And maybe it's not a $500,000.
Right.
Maybe it's $600,000.
Right.
Maybe it's $350,000. So that helps you.
Yeah. Hector, thank you so much for the question. We really appreciate it. Again, anybody listening to us, you guys are watching, put your questions into the feed. We'd love to read them and answer them for you. You guys want to call right now during the YouTube video on Wednesdays, give us a call right now. We can put you right on air. Everybody can hear you. And if you guys are listening to us on Go Country on Saturday, thank you so much. We love that you guys listen to the show. But if you guys want to watch us do it live and you want to be able to get your question answered immediately, then you got to tune in live at 5 on Wednesdays. Yes. So go to YouTube, put in Mortgage Mom Radio, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so that you know we're there.
Thank you, Rick, for the thumbs up. We love it.
Yep. All right. So I've got one hot announcement, then we're going to go to a break, and then we're going to get into your income.
Ooh.
You ready?
You're going to ruin my income because my income's not going to be as much fun as a hot announcement.
It is. I've got a hot announcement.
All right.
I texted with Go Country.
Okay.
And I asked if I could get the pair of Stagecoach tickets. And they told me yes.
Woohoo!
So everybody that is listening,
Stagecoach.
That's right. Everybody that is listening, please go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel. It's Mortgage Mom Radio. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on your notifications. Watch us live Wednesdays at 5. We are going to do a drawing for those 2 Stagecoach tickets. So make sure that you guys are ready and prepared for that, and make sure you guys subscribe. The other thing is that we need subscribers. Our goal for Stagecoach this year is to be able to go live from Stagecoach.
Yes.
And the only way to do that, if you are not actually streaming live from a computer on YouTube, the only way to do it is to, like, if you're going to stream from a phone, which is what we have to do because we're out in the middle of nowhere.
Right. We're not going to be on our computer.
You have to have at least 1,000 subscribers. And so we're slowly getting there, but we're not quite there yet. So everybody listening to us, if you guys like our show, you've been listening to us for years, we hear it all the time. Even if you don't have anything that you need right now on mortgage, do us a favor, please. Go to YouTube, subscribe to the channel. We need the subscribers. I want to bring some seriously funny video footage to you.
And my husband will be there. So it will be funny.
Yeah, absolutely.
And if you don't know how to subscribe, as I did not,
yes,
ask your kids.
Yes.
Ask your grandkids because they all know how to do this.
They all know how to do it. Absolutely. All right. So we're going to...
Hector, thank you. We cannot wait to hear from you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, you did. It's fine.
I did it. All right. So we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back.
Do you own your home? Have you considered what could happen to your home if something happened to you and your family had to go through the dreaded probate process? Hello, I am the estate planning mom and my name is Krista Hermance. I am an estate planning attorney at Hermance Law. If you own your home and something happened to you, depending on how title is held, your family may have to go through probate court. Probate in California can take an average of 12 months to 2 years to complete. It is very expensive and public. A will, while it states how you want your stuff distributed, doesn't actually avoid probate. It just guarantees it. If you want to avoid probate, a trust might be your best option, and we can help you figure that out. We have offices in Ventura, Westlake Village, Santa Clarita, and work with clients virtually throughout California. For information, text WILL to 474747. Again, text WILL to 474747.
This attorney advertising is intended for general information only and not intended to be legal advice, nor does it create an attorney-client relationship. Attorneys at Hermance Law are licensed to practice law in California only. You should seek advice from a legal professional licensed in your state. Hermance Law is located in Ventura, California, and can be reached at 805-518-9633.
All right, well, welcome back to Mortgage Mom Radio. I'm Debbie Marcoux, and I've got Heidi Schlegel-Points over here.
Welcome back.
Yeah, so during that little quick break, and trust me, we need like a minute. Just, it's hard to just keep going and going and going.
Right.
So we need a minute, which is nice for the little commercial breaks. I was telling Heidi, I'm like, should I say anything to everybody watching us on YouTube about my shoes? Because I literally wear a different pair of shoes every YouTube. And I don't know if you guys can see them.
No,
But
higher.
over here.
I don't know.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah. I
Should
wear a
be in
different
there.
pair. I've got these in green. Mikey is actually so my kids. I'm not exactly sure what goes on in my house, but they've all got shoe obsession. Every one of them.
Yeah.
So for every single Mother's
I
Day,
know.
yeah, I know, Mother's Day, birthday, Christmas. I mean, you name it, I get shoes.
Right.
So I don't even buy them. I don't have a huge shoe obsession by any means. But now that I've got all of these pairs of shoes, I'll try to wear like a pair that matches whatever. So I've got my Willie,
Yep.
have a Willie nice day. My Willie's on, and he's got a little bit of red in his sunglasses, so I had to wear my red shoes. And
Perfect.
Yeah. So if you guys were watching us on YouTube right now, you could see me like doing this.
Right? I'm not hating on it though, because I wear the same size as you.
Right,
So,
so
I'm
you can
thinking
share.
you have shoes for every outfit I own.
Right. I've got shoes.
Perfect.
I've got shoes for days at this point.
Yes.
All right. So we wanted to get into income.
Yes.
I want everybody to know listening, if you guys didn't catch us on YouTube, you guys can catch us next week. It's every Wednesday live at 5. So just check it out. You guys can watch us. You can ask us questions just like Rick did. Just like Hector did, Lori did. You guys can get those questions out to us. We'd love to see you there. You want to call us. You want to hear your voice on the radio on Saturday. You got to call us on Wednesday during the show. We'll actually put your voice right through all of the equipment, and everybody that is watching the YouTube can hear your question, and then everybody on radio can also hear the question.
Yes.
So really pretty cool. But I did make a big announcement that we've got Stagecoach tickets that we are going to give away. We're going to do those in the middle of March. You guys have to be watching YouTube in order to get them. So make sure that you do subscribe to the Mortgage Mom Radio channel. Turn on your notifications so that when we do announce it, you are there, you are watching, and you are ready. But Go Country was so nice to give us those 2 Stagecoach tickets, and we are going to raffle them off.
Yes. And then you have to come find us. You have
That's
to
right.
come find
Oh, that's right.
our
So we mentioned this
Mortgage
last
Mom
week.
blanket.
So I ordered Mortgage Mom blankets.
Next week, we're going to hang it up here.
Yes, we'll hang it up above the horse
Yes.
there. So I ordered a Mortgage Mom blanket. We're going to have 2 of them out, and you will actually see the big, huge Mortgage Mom Radio sign.
Yes.
And if you can find us at Stagecoach, we are going to do something. And what that is, I have no idea. We haven't decided yet. Like, my first idea was like, we'll buy drinks. And then I'm like, okay, that could turn into a lot of money.
We won't have a business anymore.
Right. So we're going to figure out something that we can do. But if you find the Mortgage Mom Radio blanket at Stagecoach on the grass somewhere, we are going to definitely do something. So
Yes.
you guys need to watch YouTube to be able to see what the blanket looks like.
Yes.
Right? All right. So we do have a very short period of time left,
Yes.
and I didn't want to do that. And I want to hit the income. I think it's really important. So let's get right into it.
Okay.
Okay.
So why I wanted to go over this again is a lot of our listeners, if you're not in mortgage, you don't understand how the underwriter is qualifying you.
Right.
Right.
Oh, Rick, the Stagecoach is April 23rd?
23rd.
23rd?
'cause we live
It's
on the
Thursday.
23rd. Yeah, something like
23rd, 24th, something like that. It's the whole weekend. Anyway, that was another question.
Google
that was another question that just came up on YouTube, so I wanted to get that out there really quick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. So start over. Go.
that. Okay.
All right.
So when you're coming in to get qualified, a lot of our clients, sorry, I call them clients, our borrowers, our buyers, our customers don't understand how
Friends.
they qualify. Friends,
Family.
whatever you want to be.
Yeah.
And it can be frustrating when you, in your head, I make X amount of money.
Right.
Okay. So I'm going to start with the basic, right?
I like it. You ready? How about I ask you questions? And then you just ask me.
She's going to try and stump me.
No, I'm going to ask you questions like I'm the borrower.
Okay.
And then you're going to ask me what you need to know.
Perfect.
Okay. I think that's going to be
Okay.
the easiest way, right?
All right.
Okay. So I make,
Don't make me do math.
no. It's going to be simple stuff.
All right.
Okay. So I make about 90,000 a year.
Okay. So are you paid salary?
No, I get an hourly pay.
Okay. So do you work 40 hours a week?
Sometimes.
Okay. On average, how many hours a week do you make?
I mean,
Work.
I usually do 40. Sometimes I do more. Sometimes I do a little bit less, but the majority of the time I do 40 or more.
Okay. So when you don't do 40, do you get paid time off?
I do.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
So
if
you're
I don't work
guaranteed
40,
40.
yes, I'm getting vacation time.
Okay, perfect. How long have you been at your company?
I've been there for 4 years.
Okay. And you said sometimes you get overtime.
Sometimes, yes.
Okay. Is your overtime consistent? Did you get it last year and the year before?
Yes. But
Okay.
I worked more last year than I did this year.
Okay. Is there a reason for that?
I just didn't really. This is my favorite one. This is what I get from all the firemen out there listening.
Didn't want to.
I just didn't really feel like working that much. I bought a motorhome and I just really wanted to play. So I didn't work as much overtime this year. But I mean, I can work as much as I want.
Right.
Okay. And I love you, firemen, by the way. Trust
Yes,
me. I really
But
do.
it is absolutely the same answer.
Every time.
Every time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh. But I
So-
mean, I can work more if you need me to start doing it right now.
Yeah, no, that won't help. Okay, so in that scenario, we generally get, I make 90,000. Well, in the 90,000, right? 90 is what you said. So in the 90,000, we have calculated our overtime that we made last year
Right.
and our base pay. Okay?
Not this year.
No. Last year.
Right.
Base from last year and our overtime from last year. However, we cannot decide that the income we made last year is the income we make today. And we do average it unless you are declining. So if you're declining, that average goes away. If you're increasing, we average. Okay? Generally, we will take a 2-year average. A 2-year average for everything unless you make a salary.
Right.
So if you are guaranteed a salary, whether I work 40 hours, I work 42 hours, I work 36 hours, I get the same weekly, monthly, annual pay, then I can use that from this year. If there's a bonus,
So I was going to say that. So I got a $10,000 bonus this year.
did you get it last year?
I did.
How much was it?
5,000.
And how about the year before?
I didn't get one the year before. I just
Okay.
started getting my bonus last year. So
So
I got
last year-
5,000 last year and 10,000
And
this
10,000
year.
this year. Okay. So now 5,000 last year, 10,000 this year. I can't use 10,000.
Nope. But it's going to be more next year because, the company's doing really good and I get paid based off the company.
Right. Yeah. Unfortunately, I can't use what future income might be.
Right.
I can average your 10 and your 5
Over 24
over
months.
24 months. So that's how we look at it. So if he's hourly, I'm going to use a 2-year average. Bonus, 2-year average. Overtime, 2-year average. Unless it's declining, then we are going to take the
This year.
declining amount,
We're gonna
right?
take
The
this year
current
average.
year average. So that's how we look at things. We cannot just, but I got a $40,000 bonus this year, but I've never had bonus before. Well, that $40,000 does not count in your income.
Not at all.
We cannot use it. Do you get reimbursement for your car?
I do.
When did you start getting that?
Just a year ago.
Okay.
When I got promoted, they gave me a car allowance.
Okay. So unfortunately, I can't use that.
Right. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't.
I said that on there.
Yeah, you did.
That's okay.
Okay. So any kind of reimbursements, some reimbursements are allowable, some are not. However, we still have to have a 2-year history of the reimbursement. And only reimbursements that are proven on your pay stubs can be used unless You have certain types of employment.
Yeah. So, well,
So-
like sometimes the company will reimburse by actually doing a reimbursement check, and that is fine.
And that's okay.
But
But
ag-
because we
and-
can still prove it.
Right. But again, what you have to remember is that if you have not received that reimbursement for a solid 2 years, we cannot give you that
Right.
additional income to offset the debt of
Yeah.
that car
You
payment
have to
that
be able
you
to
have on
show
your
us
credit
that you're
report.
getting the reimbursement.
Right.
So whether it be on your pay stub, a separate stub,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
we have to show it, and it has to be a 2-year history, unless you are a clergyman, right? I'm saying that correctly.
Yep.
And there's one other, and I can't remember right now.
I don't remember.
I don't remember.
Yeah.
So, but it really is, unless you have like tax exemption.
Right.
status.
Now, we're not talking about self-employed borrowers. So
No,
I think what
this
we're going to
is-
do, because
this is-
we're actually
we don't have enough
we don't have
time.
enough time. So I think
So-
what is really good is that this episode we're kind of talking about hourly
This is-
borrower.
right.
So in the next episode, maybe we'll do some salary, we'll do some
Yeah.
self-employed. So make sure that you guys are tuning in, because I think this is kind of a cool little segment.
Yeah,
I think this
I
is going to
think
have
so.
to run for a good probably
'cause there's
5-6
a lot.
weeks.
There's a lot of
There's a
stuff.
lot to income. There's a
But-
lot of people that get paid differently. Some are
yeah.
hourly, some have 2 jobs, some are 2 part-time
Yes.
jobs, some are self-employed,
There's-
some people are salaried.
Right.
So
There's so many.
there-
But this
yeah.
is simple W-2 hourly wage earner.
Right.
Okay. That is what we're talking about today.
We've got commissions, we've got bonuses, we've got all kinds of people. So,
Right.
yeah, but this
And
is
you
a
guys
good
can
one.
ask questions. We can go into different types of it, but this one is just a W-2 employee hourly wage earner.
Right.
That, has overtime, has bonus. Okay. Or doesn't. You can kind of, eliminate those other portions of it. But really, it is an average. You have to you have to have a 2-year history. You have to have it if we're going to average. Now, if you just started your job, we're going to look at your offer letter. We're going to look at stuff like that. So again, this is a history of employment with that employer.
Well, and remember,
or
if you
within
just
that
started
job.
your job, unless you're getting guaranteed overtime, we're not going to be able to let you use it.
Right.
So we have to get a letter from your employer that says you are guaranteed X amount of hours
Right.
of overtime with your job. A lot of nurses actually work 3/12s and they get paid overtime after 8 hours. Those are different circumstances that we're going to allow it. But on the average, if you just started a normal job, hourly job, and
Then-
you're doing overtime, but there's really no guarantee of how
Right.
much that you're going to get, we cannot factor that overtime into your income, which can be frustrating to you because you're like, but I make more.
Right.
And we do understand that, but it's not up to us. If I could get every single person listening to me alone, I'd get every single person listening to me alone.
Right.
We can't. We've got to go by those underwriting guidelines.
Yeah.
And the important thing about working with our team is that we know those guidelines. We're going to make sure we qualify it right up front.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to send it in and get the loan approved. And 9.9 times out of 10, we're not wrong and we don't have any issues.
Right.
What we qualify you at is correct because we've
Yes.
been doing it for so long.
And when you are hourly and you just started your job, if we're asking you for an employer letter that states guaranteed hours, we're not talking overtime, we're not talking anything. It may be because your pay stubs do not show consistent hours. If you have variable hours, we need to know what you're guaranteed. That's how we qualify you.
Yeah.
What the employer says, how many hours you're guaranteed, 30, 32, 36, 40, doesn't matter. We need to know what they are guaranteeing you will work regular hours.
All right, so here's a really quick myth that I want everybody to hear, and then after that, we've got to shut down the show.
Yeah.
But if you have not been working your job for 2 years, that does not mean that you are not qualified to buy a home. So
True.
you have to actually call us and talk to us. FHA has a 6-month requirement that you have to be on the job for at least 6 months. If you've had a long gap of employment from your last job to your new job, gap of employment doesn't count if you've been in school to get the job you have.
Right.
There's a lot of things that go around that it could be something that you were in school, you just got your first job, you've only been there for a month and you want to buy a house, great, call us.
Right.
So I want to kind of get rid of that myth that you can't get a loan if you haven't had a job for 2 years. That is not true. Can we use overtime? No. Not for 2 years.
No.
Unless your employer is willing to tell us how much that they'll guarantee that employment.
Right.
Can we use bonus? No. Not unless you've actually received that bonus for 2 years or you're guaranteed the amount of bonus.
Right.
So again, every single thing that I've just mentioned right now, what do? You have a question about you want to know if you can buy a home. Still thinking about my motor home and the water issues we had. No, I'm just kidding. So if you want to know if you can buy a home, what do? You call us. So it's 844-935-3634. That's 844-WE-LEND-FOR-YOU, LEND, and the number 4. You want to get our app, download it, text the word mom to 36260. That's how you get the phone app. And subscribe to the YouTube channel so you can watch us do this live. Know that we've got 2 Stagecoach tickets to get giveaway within the next month. You're not going to know when, so you've got to watch the shows. We're live at 5 every Wednesday. Subscribe to the Mortgage Mom Radio channel. Turn on your notifications and watch us next week.
Yes.
And we'll be right back. Or we're not going to be right back.
No, we'll be back.
We'll be back
Wednesday
in a week.
at 5.
That's right.
And we'll go over some more income at that time.
Income. Yep.
And who knows what else?
Who knows what else? You guys have a great evening. We'll talk to y'all soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Debbie Marcoux is licensed by the California Department of Business Oversight under the California Residential Mortgage Lending Act, NMLS ID 237926. Also licensed in Arizona, 094-1504, Georgia 69178, Illinois 031.005-8339, Nevada 57237, Oregon, Tennessee 184373, Texas, Washington, MLO 237926, Heidi Slade Points, California DBO 1666881.
She's the mortgage mom. She can get things done when you're in need and don't know where to go. Pick up the phone and call mom.